opening statement. We'll open it up for questions for you and the student athletes.
Yeah, I thought we just played really well today. You know, so it always starts on the mound, and Bobby gave us a great effort. He really had an electric fastball today, and we stuck with it a lot. And get us that deep in the game. Of course, RJ has done what he's done, for the second half of the season. At the end of the games, we're very clean defensively. But probably the thing that, especially our beat reporters have seen us over the last 3 weeks. Today we got the big hit. We were able to put an inning together, and I thought Tanner Mathis had a tremendous game. Just kept pressure on him the whole game. Just at the top of our lineup, guy hitting close to 350, and he walks. He's just tough to strike out, and once he gets on base, he makes a lot of things happen. Of course, in those 2 innings, gets us going. But good day for us.
All right, one question right here.
Bobby, after that first inning, seemed like he settled in, kind of got into a rhythm. Just kind of talk about that, and after seeing the guys second, third times up, kind of adjustments for you able to make.
I think the biggest thing was going out there in the first inning. Tried to do too much. I think it was try to bank that one pitch that get called 3 outs, but it didn't really work that way. And I think after that first inning, I really settled in myself and just realized you got to make quality pitches and let your defense work, and they did a great job.
Coach, how big was it for him to get out of that first inning when they had a runner at second, just only 1 run given up?
It's always good, obviously, to minimize the inning, but I really don't think it was that bad of an inning. You start off with their leadoff guy that does a great job. You always want to get the leadoff guy. You don't want to walk him, a guy that can steal, and he did a good job at a fastball up the middle. And then Elander, gets fisted, with the runner running, gets to third base. It's first and third, and then he gets another fist job from Crone, right to the first baseman. So it wasn't. He just didn't have a bad inning. I thought they just, they had did some good things and really maxed out that inning. But it was only 1 base hit, or 2 base hits, but 1 hit well.
Alex, Coach mentioned big hit, timing hit. It's been tough lately for the team. Just talk about how that would help, confidence-wise, maybe going forward tomorrow.
Yeah, it's huge. It seems like we've been talking about the big inning for the last 3 weeks or so now, and to get 2 runs and 3 batters with the top of our order. I guess that was the 6th inning, and then in the 8th, we put up a 4 spot with huge at bats by young guys. Bosfield works it to 3-2, fouls off a couple pitches, and then takes a high fastball, which is probably the toughest pitch to take in that situation when everyone wants to put the ball in the gap and clear the bases, but to take that high fastball was huge for us. And then Sykes, the pitcher, hadn't thrown a curveball, since he's been out there, and he dumps into really good curveballs to him, and I think he gets down to 1 and 2, and I think he gets a base hit on a curveball up the middle on a barrel. So 2 huge at-bats by younger guys there, and then obviously Mathis was terrific today, but a great day for the offense, and something that we've lived to build on.
Sykes, can you talk about that hit, and does your focus change with 2-strike hitting when you get down 1-2 like that? Did that change anything for you?
I mean, nothing really, just shorten up a little bit, try to see the ball in deep, just work on Coach Godwin, big thing, just stay on your legs, 2 strikes, keep seeing the ball in. First couple at bats, really jumping at the ball, rolling over, not staying in my approach, so with 2 strikes, just really try to see the ball in deep and go back up the middle with it.
Mike, you kind of talked about how Bobby had an electric fastball. It seemed to me like he makes some of those secondary pitches in there pretty well too. I guess you talked about that as well.
And that's Bobby and I just talked after the game when we're talking on the radio, and he thought his slider wasn't real good today, and we went a lot with the fastball, but talking to Myers as we're calling the game to be able to still mix in, to still throw a slider to lead off a hitter and dump a slider in there, or to be able to throw 1 and 2, keeps people off your fastball, makes your fastball more electric if that's possible. But I thought today was all about his fastball, but he was able, especially early on, I thought, to make some changes and some sliders in.
Mike just talked about RJ coming in, doing his thing, and what is the future
already figuring it out. Yeah. Well, he was coming in regardless, and it would have been a big decision if we already had the 4-run lead before we made a decision to go to RJ. But you know that inning just came about, and you know Bobby was coming out, and you know his day was done. And at that time the score's tied. We already told RJ was coming in, and then once Boss took the ball forward, we went ahead. You go, oh, now it's it's a save opportunity. We're in a good situation, but and then 3 runs later you get the 6-2. But he's already loose. He's ready to go. So you know we left him in there to finish the game. I don't know. You know we'll see how it goes. I think he felt fine today. Stuff looked terrific. You know I heard he was throwing the ball, fastball in the low 90s, slider. You know hit 85. He was like 82 to 85 with a slider. I mean I think he was you know vintage RJ. You know that he's been the last half the season for us. You know at the back end. You know obviously we'll go with Myers tomorrow and take it from there.
Coach, thoughts on Morrison and how did y'all adjust as the game went on?
He was terrific, and you know the approach was for the left-handers to hit him up the middle the other way. His ball, and if you're sitting from behind, you probably can't appreciate it. But if you watch today's game from the side, you can just see the ball sink so much, and you can see why he's had so much success this year. And he's just terrific. And usually those guys have a lot of trouble with left-handers, but it almost seemed like today our left-handers had as much trouble, if not more, than the right-handers. And they wanted to stay back, they wanted to hit the ball, up the middle the other way. But he's really good. And as the game progressed, and you're watching guys, like Yarbs and Snyder, the first couple of bats where I don't want to say they were bad swings. It's just hard for them to get a lot of the ball on the bat. Just hard for them to barrel balls up. You're going, wow. It's going to be one of those games. That you're just going to have to scratch one across.
Got time for a couple more?
I guess besides Alex, were you guys trying to take a more patient approach the second and third times up, or was that just kind of taking where the balls were against him?
With me, I didn't have a very good at bat my first at bat coming out swinging at the first pitch, so I wanted to take a purpose of trying to see more pitches, try to work the count, have quality at bats, and I don't know, just ended up working our way, getting solid pitches to hit, and doing what we did.
Yeah. Same thing. I was, my first 2 at bats, he threw pitches that I thought were going to be about high fastballs, and he ended up, about 4 inches off the ground, and there's nothing he can do with those pitches except for, ground out to second base on it, and that's what he was getting almost all of us to do. We've got some of the best left-handed fastball hitters, in the conference and maybe even in the country on our team, and he was doing a great job keeping us off balance. But I was telling myself that when in the at bat when I hit the triple, I was going to hit the ball to left field no matter what, and I hit a ground ball over towards Coach Godwin on the third base side on the first pitch, and then he threw a changeup, and I was still trying to hit the ball to left center, left field. But good things will happen whenever you force yourself to take it the other way.
Last one, we'll get these guys out of here.
Coach, just to talk about Sykes and what he's been able to do at the end of the year. You can get a lot of at-bats being here, non-conference, but now SEC play, SEC tournament, and regional.
Yeah, I thought Alex said it best. In that big inning, 2 freshmen. A freshman that takes ball 4, and then another freshman with a 2-strike base hit up the middle to really break the game open. And Sykes has been terrific, and he and I mean this sincerely. He looks the part. I mean, when he goes up there, he looks like a guy that's been playing in the SEC for several years. He gets a lot of good swings off. He gets the bat head out on guys with big time fastballs. He can hit the ball the other way, and as we've said, with some of his big hits, here at the end, that he's going to be the next Snyder. He's going to be the guy that's hitting in the middle of the lineup for the next couple of years. That's a good thing for us.
All right, thank you guys.